Coming up on our first installment of Tigers Weekly, Brian Moeller flirts with immortality as the Tiger season opens in Texas. We'll recap the beginnings of the '99 season. As we approach the final year of Tiger Stadium, we'll cast a gentle backward glance on a place that is tied to our collective youth. And Kirk Gibson will take us inside the spring training home of the Tigers, the place where success chronologically begins. Hi, everybody. I'm John Keating. It seems like we were just here. Welcome back to Tigers Weekly. Welcome back to the corner of Michigan and Trumbull. On Monday, some 46,846 will be buzzing around this corner and within this structure as the Tigers celebrate the last opening day in the long and storied history of Tiger Stadium. We'll have much more on the days of long ago here at this baseball palace as we roll along here. But as we begin, we look back on the days not that long ago. The Tigers opened the season in Texas with a bang, and at least for one day, Arlington was Motown. There is nothing like the feeling just before opening day, and yet after opening day felt even better as the Tigers just dominated the Rangers in Game 1 of their season. They got it going in the game's first pitch.
First pitch swinging, that could be. I kind of like that, Gibby. I really like it.
Detroit scored 7 runs in the 4th inning off Texas starter Rick Helling, highlighted by 2 3-run homers, the first of the 2 from Bobby Higginson. And later it was Damian Easley who came up with 2 mates aboard.
Got another strike remaining. Left field, well struck. Rusty Greer going into the corner, looking up, and this ball is gone. Damian Easley.
But the story of the game was the Mo Magic. Brian Moeller making his first opening day start, and he was dazzling the potent Ranger bats. He held them hitless into the 7th inning when Texas finally managed to hit. Game 1 to Detroit, 11-5 the final. The Tigers had not won the first 2 games of a season since 1986, and wouldn't do it this year either. Justin Thompson gave up 2 weak singles and 1 strong double in the first inning against Texas. Rusty Greer put the Rangers up by 2 with this shot to the wall. JT left after the 5th, and Texas padded their lead in the 7th. Masao Kita had his second rocky outing in his 2 games as a Tiger. A wild pitch allowed the 3rd Ranger run as Juan Gonzalez raced home. And then Roberto Kelly, who had just missed a homer earlier in the game, didn't hear. The Rangers behind Aaron Seeley dumped Detroit 6-0. And the Rangers then came back to take the series, winning on Wednesday night as well. The season for the Tigers starting much the same way it did in 1998 when the Tigers took the opener and then lost a couple as they headed toward New York. All right, the rotation is set so that Willie Blair, who had 16 wins as a Tiger the season before last, will start the final opening day here at Tiger Stadium. Of course, the team moves into Comerica Park next spring. Well, let's give you a little something to chew on as the half hour unfolds. The corner is the oldest home to pro baseball in the world. You knew that already. Bennett Park was the first home of the Tigers on this piece of real estate. What year was the first Tigers game played at Bennett Park? Was it 1896, 1899, or 1901? You'll have to stay with us, kids. The answer a little later in the show. Stay with us. We've got more ahead. We're just getting started here on Tigers Weekly. When we come back, Kirk Gibson takes us through the ritual of spring training in Lakeland, Florida. That's as we roll along on Fox Sports Net Detroit in a moment.
This right here is the day bat rack. Players tend to get bats ready for, we'd say, game ready, and you may have up to 6 bats in this rack right here. So you might have a couple of gamers here, and you might have a couple that you've started to use in batting practice. You're trying to get them ready for the game. And then in here, these will be filled, as you can see right here, with everybody's bats. Now, I used to have probably about 20 dozen bats on order, and you can see that this won't house them all, but everybody will have at least a dozen to 18 bats in here, and the bats will come from here. You'll start to use them, and they'll go to here, and they go from here the game bag, which you haul around for spring training.
You don't get in this kind of shape running on a treadmill. You do it with strength exercise, and I do it with the Bowflex. You know, if you're not working out with strength training right now, you need to. Because if you want to lose weight, you got to add the muscle, and that's why you need a Bowflex machine. It's like nothing else you've ever tried before. We've got over 60 exercises you can do on a Bowflex. You're never going to get bored. You can do a full workout in 20 minutes on a Bowflex machine. You're not going to believe how effective Bowflex is the first time you get on it. Bowflex may look a little different, but that's because we designed it to function correctly. Bowflex uses power rod resistance. Bowflex power rods are so effective that Bowflex guarantees results in 6 weeks or your money back. Try going to the gym and getting a guarantee on results. You won't find it. If you call and get our free videotape, you're going to see an effective workout and see how easy and quick and fun working out with Bowflex is.
My heart is crying, crying.
Do you remember classic rhythm and blues? Presenting the Rhythm and Blues Collection.
Try me, try me.
Get the Rhythm and Blues Collection for just $12.99.
Tell your mama, tell your pa, I'm gonna send you back to Arkansas. Oh, yes, man.
Plus, order now with your credit card and get a free bonus album.
He don't love you like
Then audition other Rhythm and Blues albums.
I wanna walk you home.
So call now with your credit card and get 2 Rhythm and Blues albums for just $12.99.
To order, call 1-800-974-9191. Use your credit card and receive your free bonus album, or send $12.99 plus $3.95 shipping to the address on your screen.
Fox Sports News Primetime.
Let the party begin.
The show that keeps you moving, grooving, rocking, and jocking.
It's going to be fun.
We were Giddy. Team up with Keith, Kevin,
What is wrong with you, boy?
and our primetime players.
We're hot. Move over, Barbie. I am not worthy.
For fans who like it fast, furious, fun, and funky.
Ouch.
It's sports with personality. Fox Sports News Primetime. Nightly at 10.
Welcome back as we have moved inside Tiger Stadium, where final preparations are being made for opening day. At the top of the dugout being readied, and it is within this dugout the Minnesota Twins will reside before the Tigers get set to take them on in Game 1 of the Tigers' home season. Ever since 1934, the baseball hopes of the Tigers and their fans have begun in the spring in the once tiny hamlet of Lakeland, Florida. Well, Kirk Gibson began making that trek in the late 1970s and survived to the Major League roster in 1979. And Gibby's here now with his own unique perspective on how the Tigers begin a baseball season down south.
Last year we took you on a tour through Tiger Stadium. This year, since we're down here in spring training in Lakeland, Florida, we thought it'd be kind of neat to take you through the spring training facilities, kind of as a player sees it when he arrives. And here's an area that's kind of new, actually, over the past 10 years. Bo Schembeckler, when he came in here, he constructed this room. This is the workout facility where you do your strength and cardiovascular training. It's a must now if you want to keep up with the game of baseball. And you can see there's various machines right here. Every player will come in here, and he'll be in here in some capacity. It's administrated by Brad Andrus. This little piece of machinery right here was that's a little special to my heart. This is one that I had specially ordered. This is where you work on your stride and your running, something I did very well naturally. So this is a new facility right here. This is where the batting cages players spend a lot of time in here. When the inclement weather hits, when it's raining. I've made this journey many times through this wall. Sometimes you're by yourself. Sometimes with your batting coach. The batting coach, you can see the stool set up right there, and he'll like flip balls over. You'll work close range, so you can work on specific hand movement, your swing path, working on not lunging at the ball. Okay, and this is the clubhouse. This is where initially when you come to spring training, this clubhouse will be totally full. Every locker will be full, and then gradually the guys will be let loose, released, or reassigned to either single A or double A, and by the end of the year you'll have 25 guys. And this is my locker. Always has been, always won't be. And this is what you don't want to see at the end of spring training. I'm sitting in the manager's chair right now. This is where you're summoned, and sometimes you get called in here, as I did in 1979, and Les Moss called me in here, and he reached in his drawer, and he pulled out a little pink slip, and it says, headed for Evansville. You don't want to do that as a youngster, and this is where that all takes place. Now we're outside on the field, and you can see the scoreboard at Joker Marchant Stadium, and I'm standing in right field. This is where I learned to accept good constructive criticism in K-Line 101. That's where L. K-Line took me out here. I was a brutal right fielder, and he made me into an acceptable one, and we got the job done in 1984. And this is what the hitter sees, the hitter's point of view in spring training. Backgrounds are very important. Whatever ballpark you go to, if you can see right out here, you got the big blue background. It is quite a ways out there, 420 feet, much like Tiger Stadium. Pretty good background to hit, not much glare. Trying to take it over the palm trees. So this is our spring training home. We're here roughly 2 months out of our 7-month season. It's as good as any in the major leagues. I'd encourage you all to come down here and share our time down here in spring training and enjoy it with us.
Yeah, once upon a time, Lakeland was within a dry county, and if the Tigers wanted a ginger ale or two, they would actually have to go to the county line. They'd have to head out of Lakeland and cross over the county line to have themselves a malted beverage. Time now for the Tigers Gem of the Week, and each week we will pick one particular moment of the Tigers week and showcase it to you. And certainly the gem of the first week of the Tiger season was Brian Moeller's sparkling performance in the opener in Texas. Mo lasting into the 7th inning with a no-hitter against one of the most potent lineups in all of baseball. Finally, that was broken up by a Juan Gonzalez single to center. But Brian Moeller, with a Game 1 victory, is our first Gem of the Week. Stay with us. We've got more ahead. When we come back, the radio announcers of this Tigers team, our friends Ernie Harwell and Jim Price, get together to talk a little baseball while they play a little golf. And you'll get the chance to eavesdrop in if you stay right there.
I played golf with Bobby Higginson, Ernie.
He's pretty good?
Well, he hasn't played a lot. Let me say that about the kid. But talking to Bobby, he's excited about the season, and he's excited about the moves that have been made also.
He stayed around Detroit.
Yeah, he bought a home, and of course I can't tell you because he's a bachelor. I can't tell everybody where it's at, but it's a beautiful home, just getting it decorated beautifully. And of course the first thing he wanted was a jacuzzi and 2 giant TV sets.
Well, I like to see guys settled in Detroit.
Yeah, we need more of them.
We've had a lot of successful athletes who become successful businessmen by sticking around.
Absolutely.
How's it going, Mike? Man, are you okay? Sweet catch at the game today. I still can't believe you held on. Just make sure you take care of that elbow. Yours truly, Damien Easley.
Hey, honey,
Hey, Keith, it's me, Tony Clark. Listen, I really appreciate you coming out to the game today. Say, have you noticed the back window of your truck? My fault, man, but the ball was just hanging there and the park just couldn't hold it. You know, but look on the bright side. At least you got a souvenir.
Whenever you call, wherever you call, wherever you're calling from, when you switch to Sprint Sense Anytime, every long-distance call on Sprint is just a dime a minute. And now, you get up to 100 minutes of free calling on our dime. Call 1-800-PIN-DROP now, and every minute of every day can be a dime well spent. Your calls from home. Your calling card calls. Even calls to your personal 800 number are now just a dime a minute with Sprint Sense Anytime. Come live in a world created around you, where calls on the road cost the same as calls from home. And having a personal 800 number means collect calls are a thing of the past. Call 1-800-PIN-DROP for dime-a-minute calls 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Even on calling card calls, too. Switch to Sprint Sense Anytime now, and you'll also get up to 100 minutes absolutely free. 1-800-PIN-DROP. Sprint. Ahead.
Attention golf fans. The PGA is on Fox Sports Net. Live Thursday and Friday coverage of the big boys on the big tour where every round counts. The MCI Classic from Hilton Head, Thursday at 1:30 and Friday at 4 on Fox Sports Net Detroit.
Young Heather Nabosny hard at work on the Tiger Stadium infield, getting it ready for opening day, and the place looks great. Heather Nabosny, the first female groundskeeper in all of Major League Baseball. In this case, the Tigers truly are groundbreaking. Welcome back to the show. We were with the Tigers last week in Texas, and our friend Ernie Harwell got a kick out of a young man who corrected his father by announcing that he was not 8, he was 8.5. And Ernie promptly cracked that, I guess that makes me 81.5. Ernie's age doesn't stop him from doing anything. He signed up for 2 seasons to become the play-by-play voice of the Tigers again on radio. His partner will be Jim Price, and they were together recently hitting the links. We were along as they talked of the grand old game.
Well, here we are, beautiful Florida, partner. Yes, sir. You never know where you're going to end up, but if you're going to end up anywhere, this isn't all bad, as good a place as any.
All right, there it is.
Here we go.
All right, partner.
Oh, little rusty. We're a little rusty. That isn't working, though. Oh, my man, Jim Price. Oh, boy, that's the way you hit him in 1968.
I'd still be playing if I could hit a baseball. Well, you know, Ern, here we are. You and I are in spring training. You know, and the guys are all going to be here getting ready to go, huh?
Sure. And you got to clear your throat and get started. That's our business.
Well, we came in shape, though. These young kids today, I'm not sure they're in shape like we are.
Like a guy used to say to Jack Dempsey, you know, how do you get ready? He said, well, I shave and I'm ready.
You know what, Ernie? I think we plugged our biggest hole, and that was catching.
Yeah.
You know, I think last year we had 2 kids that were slated for AAA, and due to circumstances, they had to come up, and a lot was thrown at them. And now this year with the veteran Osmus and Hasselman backing him up, I think that's been a tremendous improvement.
Especially when you have young pitchers.
Yeah.
You got to have a catcher that's been around and knows how to call the game, and it's something that really doesn't show up in the box score either.
That's
but
exactly
it's
right.
Very important.
He'll give those pitchers, I think, a lot of confidence. And, you know, Osmus brings more to the dance. He runs well. You know, he had a decent average last year. He can take the ball to right field, hit behind the runner, and he can do some things with the bat. And, of course, Hasselman's a veteran. And, you know, I think also, you know, some of the young kids are over that hump now. They've got that experience. Tony's played now. He's now a veteran. And Higgy and Damian. And, of course, Dean Palmer's going to bring a lot to the ball club.
I think Justin Thompson's one of the keys, too. He's a guy that's been on the edge of his potential. And hasn't really quite made it. He's got to cut loose and find out whether he can pitch with pain or what's going to happen, and just give it a shot and let whatever happens happen.
He's got a great arm. Well, you know, the division that we're in. You know, Cleveland, of course, is a team to beat, but Minnesota, Kansas City.
Yeah, you got a chance because it is the weakest division, I think, in the major leagues. Outside of Cleveland, there's not a there's not a real strong ball club.
And Chicago has changed their look.
And with a wild card now, you can say a lot of different things can happen.
But I feel good about this team. Of course, I've been a homer since I wore that English D, so I always think we're going to do great. But you've seen so many teams, Ernie, come and go, and after last year, I just like the changes.
Absolutely, because you've got a good front office. They've got a great plan. I hope they just don't veer from it. They've made their commitment that they're going to build from within through the farm system, and that's the way to go.
Absolutely. I like what they've done with the coaches also. You look at Larry Parrish, good reputation, good hitting coach, understands the game, and to bring back Lance Parrish and Alan Trammell as part of the history of the organization, I think is great. And Juan Samuel, who I think probably knows the game of baseball as good as anybody I ever met.
And it doesn't show in the box score, but I think we've got a lot of guys who are going to get along good together, and the coaches reflect that. They know what it's all about. They know about Detroit. They know about baseball, and they're just great people. No, that's good.
Oh, that's good. Look at that. And you know what?
You won't get any more like that.
It went in. Well, partner?
It's been fun.
Give me 5. Give me 5. Great job.
Yes, sir.
Great job.
We'll do it again sometime.
You got it. Well, we got it. All right, guys, we're looking forward to your description of the Tigers on radio as we bring the Tigers on television to our Fox Sports Net Detroit audience. Still to come on the show, you can almost feel the memories of baseball within this ballpark. When we come back, a look back on some of the noteworthy moments within Tiger Stadium as we begin the final season of baseball at the corner. We'll talk of that as Tigers Weekly continues in a moment.
How's it going, Mike? Man, are you okay? Sweet catch at the game today. I still can't believe you held on. Just make sure you take care of that elbow. Yours truly, Damien Easley.
Hey, honey,
Hey, Keith, it's me, Tony Clark. Listen, I really appreciate you coming out to the game today. Say, have you noticed the back window of your truck? My fault, man, but the ball was just hanging there and the park just couldn't hold it. You know, but look on the bright side. At least you got a souvenir.
High school is never easy.
History has taught us many things. For example, one night I was thrown by a horse and I had to have a laminectomy.
But when you're a 46-year-old recovering ex-con, it's never been harder.
The point is, I was a raving maniac and my prognosis was nil.
Really, Jerry, that's fine. What was your report on again?
Brazil.
Strangers with Candy, Comedy Central's way after school special. Series premieres Wednesdays in April.
Open the pod bay door, Hal.
What am I, a clown to you, huh? I'm here for your amusement? Funny how? How am I funny?
For people who really get into movies, we introduce Comcast Digital Cable. A way to get up to 190 channels and up to twice the movies. Just $9.95 more each month. And get a 30-day money-back guarantee.
Houston, we have a problem.
Order Comcast Digital Cable today.
Fox Sports Net Detroit, home of the Tigers.
All right, time to answer the Tigers Weekly trivia question. We asked you, what year was the first Tigers game played on this site, then known as Bennett Park? Was it 1896, 1899, or 1901? The answer, 1896. On April 28th of that year, the Tigers defeated the Columbus Senators 17-2, marking the beginning of over 100 years of baseball being played here at the corner. Welcome back to the show, back outside Tiger Stadium once again. Yeah, this will truly be the long goodbye here in Detroit. 81 games, perhaps even more than that, to celebrate a place that has so many memories for all of us. Shireen Sasky now with a bit of perspective as we begin the long farewell.
They are quickly becoming extinct, the classic breed of baseball stadiums. Incredible shrines that have become antiquated in a time of modern conveniences. In just a few months, Tigers players and fans will bid adieu to their cathedral.
You know, it's a ballpark has definitely been a part of baseball history for many, many years. Great players have come and gone in that ballpark, and, you know, it's going to be tough for the people to say goodbye. There's no doubt about it.
The park's been around forever. And, I mean, some guys broke it in, and we're going to be the ones to close it out, and that's an honor.
Built on the site of an old Haymarket, baseball was first played on this Field of Dreams in 1896. When the corner was known as Bennett Park, home plate was located here in what is now right field. In 1912, the park was transformed into Navin Field and home plate moved to its current position. More than 24,000 fans jammed into 23,000 seats that opening day to witness Ty Cobb steal home in the Tigers' first at-bat and the Tigers' 11-inning win over Cleveland. Cobb was one of a dozen great Tiger Hall of Famers. Cochran, Crawford, Gehringer, Greenberg, Heilman, Kaline, Kell, Manouche, Newhouser, and Jennings joined him in Cooperstown, along with legendary broadcaster Ernie Harwell.
First day I walked in and got the goosebumps and teary-eyed kind of. You know, it's weird. You walk into a stadium where all the old-time players played, and like you're in a pressure chamber. It just squeezes you in.
Expansion continued over the next few decades as Navin Field became Briggs Stadium, and Briggs Stadium became Tiger Stadium. Its glorious history features 4 World Series winners among numerous incredible moments. Its allure is astonishing.
It's probably just going to be my first outing going out there against the Cubs, you know, watching the Cubs play, you know, and after throwing against them, your first major league game, first game at Tiger Stadium, it was amazing. You know, I can't remember a single pitch I threw in that game. That's just how amazing it was.
It's always special going to Tiger Stadium, knowing the players that played in there, and, you know, just looking at it. I mean, it's a nice ballpark once you're out on the field. But once you get in that dugout and you get in the clubhouse, you're like, man, I've had enough of it.
I run in the upper deck. It's old, it's cold, it's rusty. But guys have been doing the same running I've been doing for the last 2 years there for what, 60, 70, 80 years. So it's neat. I'm going to miss it.
And so we get ready to celebrate the final opening day at Michigan and Trumbull, an event that will be consumed with mixed emotions for all.
You know, to have the opportunity to play in Tiger Stadium the last year that it's up is just amazing. You know, I never thought, obviously, that I would be able to say that, but, you know, also be able to hopefully play that bridge between the old and the new stadium is unbelievable, too. And it's tough. I know there's a lot of people that hate to see the Tiger Stadium go down because it's the same place that a lot of great players have played, you know, going all the way back to Ty Cobb. But then again, you know, it's going to be nice to have a new stadium and a lot more fans out there, and hopefully bring some revenue.
Savor opening day and every other game at the corner this season, for soon Tiger Stadium will be left standing there like a house by the side of the road.
All right, Shireen, thanks. You had all starts on Monday, opening day at Tiger Stadium, the final opening day here at the corner. The Minnesota Twins are in to kick off a 9-game homestand for the Tigers. They'll be followed in by the New York Yankees on the weekend, and then the Boston Red Sox roll through Detroit. And we're back to recap the Tigers week Saturday morning at 11 a.m. in our next edition of Tigers Weekly. I'm John Keating here at the corner. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
Well, Ern, I'm excited about this year. First of all, that you're back where you belong.
Well, I'm glad to be working with you, and it's going to be fun. We're having a lot of fun together, and I tell you, this team, you never know what's going to happen in baseball.
Yeah, you don't know. The complexion's changed a bit.
And you always got a chance as long as you're playing.
Look at the Gator.
Yeah. Wow. Just keep him sleepy.
We might have to put a uniform on him, a Tiger uniform.